And here we are. Welcome. Sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet daily beloveds. Welcome to another edition of Huna Flash TV. Huna Flash TV. That's kind of got a bit of a ring to it, isn't it? Huna Flash TV. What's all that about then? Welcome, sweet, sweet dear ones. I currently don't see anybody in the channel right now. That's kind of, oh, yes, there is. Hi, Shauna. Glad you're here. And we have Huna Tamaki. She is here as well. Shauna, where are you from there? Just if you could. Well, while there, Liz, names are starting to populate in the comments section. Hello there, Tarakuya, Huna Tarakuya, Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Liz. Hi, Shauna. Hello, Heather from Alberta. Greetings from the, well, I hope you're starting to warm up there in Alberta. And wawa to you over there in Hemet. Rebecca. Ani, bujo, Huna Marawawa. And Johnny B. Weiser, aloha, wawa. Is that my good friend Watu? Watu, is that you? Aloha, wawa. Watu, you are there. We are here. And so, Shauna, you're over there in Silicon Valley. Oh my goodness. You've got some integrating to do, no? I'm just teasing. But yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to just chat about some integrations. So your special guest today is myself and my higher self. That's our special guest today is my higher self. Okay, we're going to invite.
No, there's another special guest, Huna. How could you forget?
I have not forgotten Feke. Oh, you mean you?
No, I'm talking about Feke.
Yes, so we're always happy to have Huna Tamak here holding it down. And yes, I would say Feke being somewhat of a part of my higher self, I would say. Certainly classy with all the avenues that he has attended lately. So who else we got here? Olamo from Odawa from the Odawa. Heather, hi Heather, snow is melting. That's good news. Snow is melting. Kelly, Oregon, or someone else from Oregon as well. Watu is from, she's over there in Oregon. So Oregon on fire. Yeah. Oh, is Oregon still on fire? My goodness. Those guys over there. Josiah, Josiah, Vancouver Island, aloha. Hello, Richard Wawa. Thank you for visiting again. Ray, Ray from California, A. Richard, you're over there in the Lac du Bonnet, Manitoba. I used to, when I traveled through there years ago, it was through the Pas, Manitoba. Are you familiar with that reservation, the Pas, Manitoba? Yeah, it's that's quite a location, way up there, in the middle of nowhere. What was that? Gosia Durman, Gosia. Some more from Canada here, from Hot Springs, BC, Canada. Yes, and I'm glad you're coming in from Canada. You know, we're talking about setting up for the burning mask in Canada this year, and so we're in negotiations and conversations with the Hunas there on Vancouver Island. So excited to bring that to you. Well, welcome, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Huna Flash TV. One more time, integration brings peace. Is that right? Can we say that? can we say? Judging by what's been going on, there's a lot of integration going on, but I don't know if it's all about peace, right? Is this the integration is a pathway to peace? Yeah. Chalofa, Lisa, Chalofa Lava, Chalofa, Malo Lele, Malo. Lisa, welcome. Yeah, is it integration? Is it a pathway to peace? Does it bring peace? I want to invite Huna Tamak here to share a screen share with you all.
Yes.
I would like to share this right off the kick. I want to share this. It's kind of nuts, no? Does it bring peace? Just take a look at this. Can you see that? Sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. What's going on? All right. This is in France, okay? This be dems in France dems. Now you can see that obelisk right in the center there, right in the middle. Well, some of you here know that we were there doing the ceremony of the cracking and the detaching of the two worlds. On that night, there were 13 starships above us, counted 13. They were a specific shape, they were starships, and they were a certain color of blue, okay, which we know is to be the blue order, aligned to the ceremony we were doing. We were cracking it open. Cracking what open? We were cracking open the hearts and the minds to find the pathway, to open the pathways to peace, to open the pathways for humanity, open the pathways of the land, the water, the sky, for humanity to connect to, and entirely, including especially the nefarious ones. And so recently we have this image coming from France with all the protesting, and let me just say, a pathway to peace is what they're looking for. They're all gathered there, screaming, crying, loving, hugging, upset, happy that they're able to gather, upset at why they're gathering there, perhaps, because nobody's happy with what's been going on and what Macron had announced, just pushing their way around and pushing into their agenda, right? And so just wanted to share this with you. Since we had done the cracking ceremony, all manner of pathways have opened. All manner of pathways have been opening. Pathways to your heart, mostly about the pathway to your heart, for you to connect. As if you're not, I know you are, but hey, I mean, we're just guaranteeing that there's a pathway opening, right? It's why we go and show up and do these things. That's why I continue to do these things and show up and do them, to guarantee that there is a pathway opening for you to be heard, for them to be heard, for the protests to be heard, because they're going to protest anyway at the drop of a hat when the government and these the draconians, when they go around and pushing anything they want to do, someone's going to protest. So we make sure and guarantee that there's the channels open, so we crack open the land, the water, the sky, which is cracking open into the consciousness of all and everyone, certainly those who are creating these, who have created these agendas, pushing their agenda on humanity. It's been incredible offering the ceremonies that we do, offering the rituals, offering the pathways to guarantee that things will flow through, to guarantee that your emotions, that your feelings, that your word, that your intentions are going to flow through those cracks and deep into the land, the water, the sky, which is the consciousness including the consciousness and into the energy. And certainly, Richard, to guarantee, to let everyone know you're not alone. You're not alone. In fact, I always invite you to come with me. You know, you got to prepare to come with me though, because that's again, I always say, be ready and be prepared to come with me. You can't just come halfway and decide to change your mind. What is that? Well, that's you. Whatever happens, you might have fears, you might have challenges. Your capacity is not fully in your capacity. And maybe the next time you'll come with me. Well, I'm just gonna keep going, and you just be there, be ready, and be prepared. Come and guarantee everything. I guarantee it. We guarantee it. You guarantee it. The more that are there to open it up, the more guarantees we have. The more guarantee that what we're going to get is what we're asking for is what's going to arrive. And we know that because the integration, it does bring peace. I will tell you, integrating these types of movements is ensuring that everybody gets the memo. Everybody gets the memo. Okay. And so when everybody gets the memo, I can sleep at night. I sleep at night. Isn't that right, Tamaki? When you get the memo, and or let's just say you're putting the memo out and it's being received, you can rest and sleep at night. You can feel good about what you're doing, and you continue to do the next one. Make sure that they're getting the memo. This is what I'm saying. This is a guarantee. Make sure they're getting the memo. Richard is saying you were born knowing the other side of your whole life and your connection, and most people don't. Well, that's my point, Richard, is you have now got to go. If you haven't already, you have to guarantee that they are getting the memo. And when they get the memo and they are integrating, integration brings peace for them, for those who are watching, and also for yourself. And like for me, I ain't stopping what I'm doing no matter what happens, no matter what anybody says, no matter if my team decides they're not going to fully go with me all the way, I will still be there. Go all the way to whatever it is I'm intending. I will do my best. Of course, we want the team to continue on, even if the ball carrier not drops the ball, but gets tackled and passes the ball along. We need the ball carriers who wants to carry the ball across the line. If I'm carrying the ball, I get tackled, you pick up the ball and you go. Yeah, we know that, Richard. Okay, you're just saying things and you're cutting off this conversation by cutting off and saying it's all done. We're not here to have a conversation to say we're done. We're having a conversation because many are still in it. You know what I'm saying, Richard? You're constantly trying to cut this conversation off short. I mean, just going by what you say, Richard, I might as well stop talking, right? Well, I'm not. The DNA has the information, as if I don't know already, Richard. I know that. And I'm not going to cut the conversation off, right? Just because I know that the DNA has the information, I'm not going to cut this conversation off, right? No, we're not. It's not the end of the conversation. This thing is eternal. And everybody either waking up and becoming aware. And so the integration brings peace. Realize that when your memo is received, let me tell you what, when your memo is received, it's a glorious thing. When the people are getting your memo directly and can say who you are, they know who you are, and they talk about what you have done, and they're getting your memo, of course, it's of the highest intention, then that feeling is amazing. Huh? That feeling is amazing. And I have this feeling all the time constantly. And who wants to give it up? It's like a kind of a drug. I'm I'm afraid it's something I love to do. Have I gotten used to it? Yes, I've really enjoyed. This is what my life is. Not to just feel good about the memo, but I got to continue going on why I'm here. Why are you here? Why is everybody here? I'm talking to all of you guys, not just Richard, okay? So just to share that with you, confirm your integration. When you confirm your integration, there should be peace. A sense of peace comes into you. It's like a sigh, like, oh, great. Then what do? You do the next thing, right? And if what you are doing is 111% successful, right? Then you carry on and you continue with the same pattern, with the same modality, with the same formula, and you continue, right? Now I'm speaking to you from the perspective like what recently took place is Hftv is now integrating into my system. And Hftv, as I've shared before, is a star nation medicine that I have worked with all my life, you know, and that being the medicines of the octopus. It's not really an octopus. Hftv is an energy being that has incredible abilities to support what it is that I've asked for and asked for of it. I've called for it to have certain action. And so that I've decided that, okay, after probably many years for sure, the time came for me to have the tattoo placed on my back. Okay. I wonder if I can share that with you, that an image of Hftv. I'll get the image up shortly when we go to have a commercial break, a Huna advertisement break, because I'll share that image with you. And that's talking about integration, because as I'm integrating still Hftv and the codes of the Hftv, it's like confirming the actions that Hftv has been producing for many years, and now I am getting the confirmations of Hftv's handiwork as going back to the time when I first engaged Hftv to enter into to do some work with me, and calling in Hftv's energy to work with me quite a number of years ago. I will share a bit about that's amazing, because that's also part of the integration. So when I put his tattoo, it's a big tattoo on my back. Did it in 3 hours. That's an integration. It's an integrating the higher aspects of myself. When I integrated that, Hftv's energy is also my energy. It can also be the energies of many, of all of us, of course. But I can confirm that. So integration and peace. And so really integration is just the start of it. It's just the start of it. Mitakuawasan, of course it is. Mitakuawasan, all my relations, all my relatives, Rafano, happy birthday to us all, Rafano. Hari Hurito, happy birthday to us all my relations. Yeah, Mitakuawasan, of course. And so when we are integrating and we are integrating and receiving the confirmations of our memo. It's so peaceful. Don't forget, we got questions, and if you got a question, we can answer it. Don't just start commenting from the side. It's be great for you to come on the screen and ask a question. I'm going to go to a quick break right now and share some information from other Hunas. and I'll try to bring up the
I got Hftv. I got it. Mm-hmm.
Let's give them a couple of ads of people that we are supporting. Certainly, Huna Tanisa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tanisa, Huna Tanisa, and we'll be right back.
If you are looking to live at the tip of the spear when it comes to health optimization, join my private membership group, fullyoptimizedhealth.com, and get the latest and greatest on hormone optimization, peptides, fitness, fat loss, and most importantly, raising your vibration. Again, go over to fullyoptimizedhealth.com and sign up today.
Okay. And that was Huna Tanisa, Jay Campbell. And now we want to share with you, if we can, from our care, the image of Hftv. Getting feedback?
Thought I fixed that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and there we have it. Your thoughts, your questions. Go ahead and come on in. We've got the link to share. We can share the link with you. And come on in and ask the question. Now we're checking out here. Yes. This is Hftv. Not really an octopus, so much more. Yeah, it's a very big piece. And it took 3 hours. Normally it would have taken probably 5 hours. But I had the guy bulldoze through it. I wanted him to get it done. And then I'm very happy with it, with the lines. Okay, these are long lines. So you can imagine the long lines that the tattoo artist had to run and what it feels like when you run long lines like that. Yeah, there's 8 dragons. This is not just an octopus. This is a combination of a 3-spirit being. A 3-spirit being. This is integrating. This is what integrating is. Another way we say this is moko, when you integrate something of high value to you within the culture. Integrating the cultures when you have a tattoo placed upon you. I'm not going to tell you the cost of this Benny, but it's a lot, okay? But this, the cost of this tattoo is meaningless. It's what it is, what it supports. It is medicine. This is medicine. This is in other words, a certificate. This is one of my certificates that I have graduated with to receive this certificate. And it is multidimensional, more than 8 dimensions for sure, but at least you get the idea. And this is a certificate. All the tattoos on my body are diplomas, graduating in different aspects of medicines and modalities and tools that I work with, and they're all star beings who have gifted them to me. When you are of the service beyond the self, you too have been gifted with certain certificates and tools. You don't maybe not talk to them, you maybe not say them like that, but I will share them with this with you, because this is not just artwork. These are directly related to the work that I have been doing and the star nations and beings that have been working with me. And I will say directly with me because I've called them many times over the years. Is there a question? Let's get a question in here. Yeah, the dragon heads on here, the Tani aspects of my dragon energy. Okay, there's 8 of them there. So you can align that into the chakras. You can align that into the infinite. You can align that into the continuum, because that's also part of what I am, part of me. And so there's so much more. There's also the continuum codes on the, you can see right on the center of the octopus head. Okay, his head is like about, it's carrying the codes of the there and back again. Mahakawa tahi, tawakahama. Learn the language. Learn the language. Yeah, the Feke has the language, of course, that is not spoken, but also is spoken. And yes, if you have been seeing the octopus lately, right? You've been seeing Feke lately in some form, whether it's in the squid form, or if you're watching a movie and you happen to see a whale that's also got tentacles, you know, these far advanced beings, or you've seen some artwork. Yes, you are. Feke is in the field doing his handiwork, right? It's doing the handiwork. Feke is out there doing the handiwork. You're witnessing some of his handiwork. And so that the cracking ceremony that we just showed you with that image in France, or what's taking place there, and we've got images of things that you know have taken place for the past 8 to 10 years that are connected to Feke. Yes, you see the head pulsating, Kathleen. Very good. You see he's got 4 eyes, 4 pupils, right? 4 what do you call it? Retinas, is it? Now there's 2 sockets, but there's 2 eyes in each socket. And then that's not to mention the other 4 that he has. And so, yeah, I mean, with eyes like that, your head will be pulsing too. maintain all that optical telepathy, you know, because they're telepathic optics. And the dragons themselves have their eyes, so there's 16 eyes right there on top of all of that, right? 16 plus, you know, the 4 plus another, it's a lot. You're pulsating, everything's pulsing through. All right, so you got a question? Come on in and visit with me. Give me a question here. Don't be shy. All right, let's, okay, Watu, why don't you pop it in and have a question there, yeah?
Watu.
We want Watu. We want Watu. Where you been, Watu? We want Watu.
It's also her birthday this month.
And I heard it's your birthday this month. And now everyone can hear it's your birthday this month. Come on, Watu, pop it
My
in.
birthday this month too. All the turtles.
Yeah, you know it is. It's Huna Motu month coming out. We're coming out of it. Come on in and say anything. Say hi. So yeah, and so while we're waiting for Watu, I was just amazed to find the person that I could trust to complete Feke for me. At least the lines. I'm going to do some shading later, but he's there now. And I'll tell you, to find somebody that's, you know, of course, timing, integration, synchronization. And so, you know, it's like, you know, to find that right person to do this could not have, you know, it couldn't have happened at the perfect time, the most perfect time right now. Looks like Watu is just going to tease us and not even come on and say hi. Yeah. Oh, we've got Richard. There he is. All right, Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hey, Huna, hi.
You're having a hair day today, are you?
It's Feke. Come on.
Your Feke hair day.
What can I say? Anyways, I just wanted to ask you, when are you planning on pulling the nails from the hands and the feet? When's that happening?
We're in Cornwall at the end of the month.
All right.
So
Well,
in what, 10 days, 12 days, I'll be in Cornwall.
okay. Well, I carry a lineage. My father's Roman Catholic, and
Okay.
you know how you heal lineage.
You're
I'm
asking me
very,
how do I heal lineage?
well, when you process something and heal it within yourself, you heal your ancestors all the way back
Well, we know
and all the
that.
way forward. That
Yes, we
process
know.
back and forth.
We know that. Yes.
Yes, and so I'm looking forward to when you do this because it's been a rough road for the Roman Catholics.
So when are you going to come to do it?
I'm financially, I can't get anywhere. Physically, I can't either.
Let's just talk
I'm
about when you
actually,
are. Just give
I'm
us the time when you are. Just don't worry about money. Just when are you going to do it? That's the question.
well. What? Let me know when to be there. I'll be there. I was going to ask you if you have anything or know anything about Max Christensen's Kunlun stuff that he does.
So I'm going to be in Cornwall the end of the month, and then the next undoing will be next year, and there's a couple of locations.
Okay.
Probably going to be in Jerusalem on the next one, and Italy. That'll
Well,
be
you
next.
know, it's it when you do these kind of things, it's amazing how everybody else is paralleling their lives, doing their thing, and processing all this stuff, you know.
I
And
mean,
so when you correct me,
everybody has their way of doing things.
yeah, yeah,
You have to know that I work with the Lemurian tools.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And that's the amazing part because you're going back to the right way of doing it. You're getting off the Gregorian stuff, and that's huge, huge
And
weighted
and
on the belief systems. Trust me,
well,
it's
I've
hard
been
to
doing
shake
it.
these things with these people.
It's been it's been 40 years for me, Richard.
Well, 53, and like I said, I remember the day I was born, and I remember coming in, and I
No,
remember
no,
looking
no.
around.
I've been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah, doing the corrections and the readjustments and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
for
yeah, oh
40
yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah. Well, and I don't know. Most people don't remember 2012, but 2012 was a huge shift for a lot of people. A lot of things happened in
Yeah.
that moment, and and so that was a huge awakening. So I've been watching it my whole life. Like I said, when I got here, I was awake and nobody else was. So I kind of watching people wake up.
Where?
And
I mean,
no, I'm glad we crossed
I've been
paths
awake
because I'm
since I'm
watching.
7. I've been awake since I'm 7, so I don't know where you're talking about because we're both on the
Huna.
planet.
Okay, well, listen, Huna. Do you remember? Okay, you know how people talk about the tunnel of light when they leave? I remember it. I remember it coming in when I was born. I remember the hug and the send off from the other side. I remember the golden and the oh Huna. When I go there in my heart, Huna, I'm there. It's the love like you can't find it down here. It's kind
I
of
have
it's so
I have
amazing.
been
I cried
I
just
have
thinking about it because I miss it. It's kind of a
yeah.
double-edged sword. You know, you it's a blessing and a curse. So, anyways, it's
I I
I'm
have been
happy
there.
that
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah.
know what you're
Well, I
talking
appreciate it.
about. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm like I said, I'm glad I'm not alone,
So what's your
and
question?
we're not, right? Oh, my question is when you were doing the pull, and that's coming up at the end of the month. I have of course nervous on this thing and stuff, but on my hand here, between my thumb and my finger, there's a X there, and it is a scar that almost came through the other side with a drill bit. So it's like a scar tissue in the palm of my
Yeah.
hand. I have another scar on the bottom of my foot, and
Uh-huh.
it's 4 inches. It's a big chunk, and all these scar tissues have been just aching. Like my hand just aches, or my foot just aches,
Right.
and it's crazy because I can feel the healing going on. So that's why I'm like, when you do it at Huna, okay, couple more weeks, couple more weeks, couple more weeks. All right, cool. I appreciate it. I do
Yeah.
from my
Well,
heart.
we did the first one in Mont Saint Michel.
Okay, yeah,
Now we're
yeah.
doing the masculine. We're doing the masculine in Cornwall. That's the masculine energy is
Yeah.
St. Michael's, but Mont Saint Michel is the feminine energy
Yeah.
on the same line. And then next year, I'm only doing like 2 or 3 per year of these particular ceremonies. They're very powerful. They're very profound. Okay.
Yeah.
The modality and the formula, the modality and the protocol for it is you couldn't guess it. You'd never be able to.
No, I couldn't. I'm
You
amazed.
couldn't.
I've been picking up on some of your work, and I'm just amazed at what you're doing, and I'm just appreciate that your family carried that through for the rest of us too.
Yeah, my people have been very active for thousands of years. Same with native
Well,
cultures, very active.
my people almost wiped your people out. Come on, like Roman Catholics, they did a lot of damage around the world. I'm in North America right now, but I know how the native culture was so more connected than we were when we came here. And I say it's a blessing and a curse.
When you say your people wipe my people out, that's not true. Your people are my people.
Yes, I know.
See,
we have to see it that way too.
You have to understand. Now let's get back to the roots here, because in Lemuria we were one. In Atlantis there was separation, and we already know that you are Maori. You don't know that though. You don't remember being Maori. You see, that's the point. So when you say things like my people almost wiped your people out, that's exactly not true. Okay, let's just get over that, because that's the kind of thing kind of thing that is part of the draconian mentality.
Separation part, right?
The Gregorian mentality is that we beat your people. No, you didn't. We are the same people.
Yeah.
Right now, even the British, tried to say that against my people, and that's not true. They couldn't wipe us out. Couldn't wipe out Africa. Couldn't wipe out the Middle East. Why? Because we are the same people.
Exactly, and that's what when I say my people, I mean my people that are asleep in their programming and their belief systems are still stuck in their. They don't believe any of this, Huna, and that to that I mean they don't see themselves as wrong, and they keep fighting for what is not right, and I don't like that. And so when I say they it's kind of dangerous right now, because I go out there and people will attack me for my beliefs, and I'm just
I've been
my
in
heart.
Italy. I go to Italy, and I've been to Rome, and I've been to the Vatican, and I've done the work. And there are Hunas in Italy right now, about 40 of them, who are from Catholic side that became and took the seal and became Hunas, and they're working from the inside. So this is my point. This is my point. My point is when you go to do the things, you get in there and you get inside, and they will remember you. The ones will remember if you've got something that you are holding from so long ago before confusion, and that's something that they've been looking for. Then they will start working with you, and they are. That's why what I'm saying.
I'm trying to connect on your website so we can do the seal stuff. Actually, I'm trying to link through, and I don't know. Microsoft's blocking you or something, Huna. I don't know. It's kind of stupid.
Oh no, just we've reset the code. Let me put it in there. We've reset the
put up your links, because I'll links. And I've been trying to bounce in to get into some of your other teachings that are a bit.
There you go. You can use that link directly. That works now, because we were having trouble, but that works. The proper link is working now. So, thanks.
And before I go, I'm just going to say I had to, when you were talking about Feke coming up here, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm thinking Feke with the hair. Anyways. All
right, Richard. Thanks for talking. Thanks for hanging out. Randy.
Aloha,
Randy. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing, brother?
Having a good time. It's wonderful information sharing here.
Oh, good. So, interesting. I just wanted to touch base with what he was saying, that he's trying to say my people, did this and did that, but it's really those people have been manipulated, right, through fear and anger, and they've been manipulated by these forces that have been controlling things for thousands and thousands and thousands of years.
Yep.
So there's really, you can't blame one race, white race, black race, whatever race it is. It's not, because we are all one, right? Integration, as you were saying today, right?
Yes.
Your theme, integration.
Integration brings peace.
Yeah. So just like, you would say you pull the nails, that's, the crucifixion, is basically was meant to put people in fear.
Right.
And this fear energy has been just living with us for so long, in which the fear is cause the anger. That's why when, somebody says, hey, I can't talk to this because I'm so different. And it's just that those people are still stuck and they're in fear, So,
right.
I mean,
right.
it's just crazy. But
it's understandable, though. Of course, this is why there is this ceremonies that I'm doing that are the undoing, and it's an undoing, a reverse technology. It's undoing what doesn't serve and removing the fear, disconnecting the fear. It's not that religion. It's not so much religion and the faith. It's the fear that it uses to of course, to catalyze the consciousness into that movement. And so when you remove the fear and remove the threat, you should be able to have your faith in practice that. I mean, of course, the American Constitution is based on that. Now that you should be able to, but what oftentimes we see is by the preachers on the side of the road and on the streets, and now they're at Times Square, they're saying, "Oh, you got to have Jesus, or you're going to hell." And my answer is always, "Don't threaten me. You can't. Don't threaten me." Well, I don't say that outright. Is your threats do not work on me, because I can still be able to give thanks and respects and grateful to what it is that is about my faith and of your faith too. We just don't need to threaten each other, and then we are, we'll begin to undo things. Of course, there are people that are ready for it. There's people coming to be with us at the end of the month in Cornwall because they are ready to release the threat, and they are even ready so far as to clear their own religious pathways and the connections that they've had to clean it out. They're ready to do these things. So this has not happened. The undoing is the first time. This is the first time that I've done the undoing. I don't know that it has taken place with kinds of other healing teachers and shamans. But so far as I know, the undoing is the first time that I'm seeing it in my lifetime, even hearing about it. And I know a lot of shamans, and it's the first time that I'm seeing it, people coming to it. Okay. And so, yeah, I mean, go ahead. That's just to address what you were saying in terms of,
Oh, I really appreciate what you're doing, the undoing. And, what I always, thought, when I first, started, making a dedication to the Spirit of Christ. And I went through and I got baptized. I went through a whole year of Bible study or whatever. And, and one thing that I could never understand is, how they put all this fear energy in the Bible, and that, how can I, to fear God. And I'm like, how can I fear God when God is love? I want to be obedient to God because, I want to be in love, I don't want to, my obedience is because I love him, not because I fear him.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's more power there. There's so much more powerful source light energy there, such a higher vibration. And the more that we espouse to that feeling, and of course to the love, we can all say love this, we love. Okay, there's still some demonstrations. The demonstration is also still needed sometimes, depending, on your community and the group of people you're with. But we're all doing this exactly Doesn't matter the gods we are. We know that when you're doing something nefarious or malevolent, we don't need that. We've already had that lesson. We're moving to the benevolence. We're sticking with it. I got my story here, Randy, and I'm sticking to it. I have been witnessing it. I've been witnessing what's taken place because of it, and who and what and however it's being supported by whichever gods, whichever entities, whichever star nations, whichever star seeds, whichever family members are supporting it. We're doing that together. It's absolutely fun lesson, and I just will continue my life, continue walking this way. I hope you too. I hope you do too. And so, was there a particular question?
No, not really. I was just, more wanted you to explain a little bit more about the undoing and pulling the nails and stuff. But
Okay.
you're explaining it a little bit, but
The undoing. Let me just share. The undoing is it's a procession. It's really interesting of what took place in Mont Saint Michel and how the modality and the practice and the sequences were set in motion most incredibly divinely. You have to understand that Mont Saint Michel is a castle on a mountain. It is not easy to navigate through there because you have to have some physical strength to get in and around there. You have to have some mental strength to be there with others. You have to have all these to be in sync with everybody. You have to leave your ego at the door, or even don't leave it at the airport before you even get on the plane. You got to just leave it behind. You must have a totally open mind. And then the way that I work is that it works flows through source energy. And so the procession and the ceremony itself took place on two levels. There was a lower level in the venue, a lower, not a basement, but just a lower level, and it came from the lower level and it ascended to the upper level, and into the upper levels. There was also a place for people to be once they got to a certain point. And as they came in to be with me, I was behind the curtain. I'm behind the curtain. I'm on the other side of the curtain, like physically on the other side of the curtain, but also literally behind the curtain. Because on that side of the curtain with me is access to the Stargate, access to the portal, access to the vibration, access to the journey for one to go there and come back again. And to go there and release what does not serve and give it back, and then re-enter back into this realm with all that having been taken off. And then I also help to provide what is going to replace that which you have what you have passed over. So the transference of energy takes place and transfer the energy back to you at a higher vibration. So that process is administered in a way through the feathers of a dove, or the white feathers, through the pure water that is turned to 0 point. So not just holy water, but 0 point water, where the water carries no memory. And then also the coding and the frequency of vibrations and sounds that I produce during the ceremony. But the entire process also has codes that are on there. We have the wall hangings that have incredible codes of the Wataka, which we've shared with you, and all of just the colors and the codes and the sounds are they do not put you in a trance. They open your consciousness, and your eye opens your eye much wider, much broader, much deeper, to just sit with them. It's not necessarily a trance you're going into, it's clarity. Yes, clarity. The pure potentiality of your ancestral potentialities to come into the now, that which is bequeathed to you. Right. So this is part of what the undoing is, and the result is incredible. You would have to talk to those who have been through it, and these are people that are with their faith and the way and their practices on how they do things, and from many cultures, but they come to me as one people. They do not come to me in separation. They come to me as one. And you must come to me as one. You cannot come to me. You come to me in separation, you're going to leave unified. And if you're against that, then if you're against that, then you want to struggle against the unification of source energy, then that is on you, not on me, not on anybody, but that one can only block themselves, and then one can only release themselves.
Well, we all have to be integrated one way or the other somehow.
And there is peace there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to ask you about this, but I'm having some difficult times. My wife is dealing with some emotional and mental and physical things right now. I think she was kind of psychically attacked, and this led to a lot of fear energy, and things just spiraled down, and her adrenals kind of went out, and so it caused some chemical imbalance in her head. So she's stuck on things. Everything is I can't. I've been doing what I can to try to help her, and everything. I mean, I'm just kind of at my loose ends because there's nothing I can do to help her anymore. I mean, I just don't know if there's any, I mean, if there's like some parasitic energy that's keeping her in this state of fear and anger, because she's throwing a lot of anger out at me, and it's hard for me to even focus because I'm just being hammered when I wake up in the morning and all day long. Why did you do that? Why did you do this? Da 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 da. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are some things that have to take place in your house: the cleansing of your home, cleaning the energy out. So there's a purification that needs to be done to your house and your environment, and then also to offer a system and offer the basic systems that breaks her out of the matrix. What did you do this for? Why are we dealing with that? It's usually all about this financial struggle, or there's some kind of control, wanting to have control of all situations, and that could be rising. Obviously it's been rising. I'm not going to run a diagnosis right now, but I will say there are some very basic things that need to be done, which are opposite of what you're used to, and opposite of what she's used to, and maybe not even able to really receive it, may not be open to receive the rotation of the nature and the cycle, and the rotation of Lemuria, which is an opposite rotation of Draconia. And that rotation to come into the basic rotation of the cycle of the creation of life, and to be in alignment with the creation of life, as opposed to destroying life. In other words, to become inspirational, to become inspiring, so others so by inspiring you create life. That's a cycle that is nature. That's a natural cycle for nature, and that is a basic system that I work by. And you must first be in that cycle for creating life before you start moving into modalities of healing and all these other technologies that are at your fingertips. And so she may need to just learn these basics, and in doing so, it'll help her rise above what she has been or what she has been doing. These habits that she's obviously, it's habitual, right? You can fall into this cycle of dislike and despair and these things, right?
Yeah, she's kind of in a state of psychosis, and
Yeah.
there is some energies that are just feeding off of her, because that's how they get their food, and I don't know, just trying to get them removed.
Well, what I'm getting at is, once you move into the basic cycle of nature through the Lemurian system, there's no need of fighting them off. They'll fall away. It's like that these things cannot hang on. Anything that is uninspirational, things that are destructive and of the destroying cycles cannot hold in the cycle of creation of life. So those things will just fall off. It's a matter of getting her consciousness, her mental state into that cycle. And it's a counterclockwise rotation. It's in alignment with this planet, and in alignment with rotations of the systems of the universe.
Yes. I guess that's the way the Earth used to spin before, and it's going to go back to that spin.
Who? Well,
Mother Earth.
Oh yeah, it's already we've already switched the rotation. Now we're in the efforts of bringing people to the rotation, because in that rotation, it's a different phase cycle. It's a phase cycle that is out of phase to what is counterintuitive to it. In other words, it cannot reach you because it's out of phase to you. It's like being on the other side of the curtain. And it's very simple, because a matter of taking your consciousness into that cycle in rotation to the creation of life, which is the natural cycle. And it's not closed off, it's infinite, and it's always open. It's not a closed cycle, it's an open spiral. And I've talked about this a lot. So bringing these basic tenets and these basic principles to anybody, including your wife, that's something that can be shared without an argument, because sometimes you can just place something in front of her and she just has to see it. She may just have to see it for 10 seconds. That's enough that at some stage it's going to trigger her. But if you don't show her, you're not gonna, you know.
Yeah.
You don't show her.
It's just she just don't want to listen. Don't want to.
You don't argue. Just put the image of the Wataka on your food. What do you call it? The food, the mat, your placemat, right? Or on the coaster, and put a food or plate on there. And when she's eating, it's just sitting there and looking at her.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, you don't have to argue. Just place things around. You're just dropping codes of nature, and in the alignment of the creation of life, they will seep into her field.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
It's not really that she's dark. She's just there's a next level cycle. There's another rotation there that she's. And this is basics, and it goes for yourself. It goes for everybody to realign to the cycles of nature, and it does it. It almost does its work all on its own. It's returning home.
Yeah. Right? So anyway, all right, brother. Well, thank you for everything. Appreciate it. Oh wait, wow.
You could bring her to a place where we're going to be. Yes, thank you, brother, for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could see. She won't go anywhere. I can't get her to go anywhere. So
at some stage, we will see.
Yes, we will see. All right, my brother. And if I was to get that tattoo on my back, it'd probably be in an hour and a half, because I'm not as massive as you are.
Well, I mean, yeah, it might be shorter for you. You have maybe shorter lines. You're welcome to have it. You're welcome to the feke is for everybody.
All right. Okay, my brother. God bless. Hey, I got some bear medicine. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yes, Uta. The Uta medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man.
Thank you. Thank you for the medicine, brother.
Okay, brother. Peace.
That was wonderful. Yeah, I mean, again, they're just, in the case of his wife and many who are going through those struggles, it is mental health, right? And, mental health doesn't mean that you can talk to them or maybe doesn't mean you should talk to them. Sometimes it's just showing them an image. Just put the image there. Don't say anything. Just for those of you who are listening, it might take just an image. You don't know. You don't know until you put it in there. And if they throw it out there, say you bring in another image. There's all kinds of images that and symbols that of the creation of life for the benevolence, not necessarily a crucifix or Jesus's images. That'll just cause an argument because that those have been caught up in distortion now. But what would support it is something she's never seen. And do something that you've never done, and certainly by placing the wataka on your plate your food is also an incredible blessing from the creation of life. Yeah, so think about those things. I mean, we have plenty of symbols to share that are available in the website. Okay, so somebody's saying. Josiah, solar flashes bringing more photons. Yeah, solar flashes bringing more photons. Unconsciousness is getting zapped for sure. Nothing to do but feel it fully. Uta medicine is powerful. Yes, it is Uta, the bear. Uta. As you know, I am Ma Uta. So Uta is part of my light essence code. And so, thank you, Benny. Welcome. Oh, we've got some more. Let me just go through who's visiting, who's come in.
Mahudi. She is here.
Mahudi. Yes. Hi, Mahudi. Una Mahudi is here. Dark feminine energy, seeking to integrate. Yes, that's for sure. It has the shunned feminine perspective for sure. And it has been depressed and hyper. Yeah, absolutely. Totally sensitive. Also, who is here? Who has come? Esther. Hi, Esther. Just where are you from, Esther? Also, we have Ann C. Hole. Ann C. Hole. That's kind of crazy. Ann C. Hole. If I say it quickly, Ann C. Hole from the UK. Welcome from Yorkshire, Kathy. I don't know my wife. I don't have a wife. Your wife, show her a new thing, make her laugh. Oh, he's talking to Randy. The make her laugh, make her dance here, Randy, of course. And okay, here we've got Benny's popping in. Hello, Benny.
Hey.
You have a question, Benny?
Yeah. Hang on. I'm hearing the other one for some reason. I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, there you go.
That was awesome.
I'm hearing it all over again. How do I get it off?
Sorry, I don't understand what you said. What?
I'm listening to you and the recording both, and I don't know how to get the recording off.
I don't know. I can just see you. You look. Everything's fine. I can hear you, can see you. So, what's your question?
Well, okay. You read the chat, but I want to come to Mexico, and I don't know where to come to. So that's one question I had, and okay. I really don't have any questions because I feel you, and I can't explain it. I'm not well read or anything. I'm not educated like most people are. You already know, and I'm connected with you. It was the first time I heard you. I don't know what that means, but everything is great. I've got a meeting with 390 people. I mean, I'm in heaven.
That's awesome, Benny. Yeah, of course, in Mexico, for me, if you're coming to visit,
my God,
I live in Playa del Carmen, but just you have to schedule that because, of course, I'm traveling a lot. But I live in Playa del Carmen. It's between Cancun and Tulum.
Okay, hey, can you send me that email? That way I can hear you. I can't hear you. You got what I was listening to is still going, and you're talking. It's like two different screens. And I don't know what's going on. So
I can text you.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Oh my God, who would be very, very important that you do. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Love you.
Okay, brother. Much love. Cheers.
Receiving, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I love how he was upside down.
Yeah, that's awesome. The Benny just pops in when Benny pops in. We've got more visiting here as well, so it's great to see more. Some new names. Tala, hi. Your mother lives this way. Okay, your mother lives over here in near in Mexico on my side of town. That's great. Esther, hummingbird, bear. Yes, that's it. I got the, I got the hummingbird right there. Right.
Oh, are you flashing people?
Excuse me. I'm being a bit. Yeah, but there you go. Give me a flash of the hummingbird. Your mom is. She's by the over here by Merida. Okay, she's in Merida, so that's a couple of hours from me. She's in the Yucatan. Yes. Oh, great giant father of Lemurian here, Laris. Good to see you, Father. Thanks for stopping in. Greetings to you
We
in
have
Iceland.
Melchizedek
Where?
further up. She's one of the Facebook comments.
Oh, yeah, Iceland. Huna. Huna Maure from the House of Huna in Spain. Wawa, good to see you. Thanks for visiting. There's a question. 01 frequency. You have a question, come in and ask, because that's how we do it on this channel, right? When you got a question, you got to come in and show your face, ask the question. This is where you get to be brave. Bulavinaka to Miss Fiji. Bulavinaka to you over there in the Netherlands. Always enjoy hearing the Bulavinaka from my from our Fijian Lemurians, the Lemurians from Fiji, Bulavinaka. Yeah, so 01 frequency, if you have the question, please come on in. There's a link you can get. Come and ask a question. Kia ora, Huna, Ripika. Just remind me of your Huna, if you will, but kia ora to you there in Tanimaroa, New Zealand. Yeah. And somebody was katariho. Yeah, Huna katariho, kia ora, Huna katariho. Ke te pihi koe, no mai. E kuhu mai ki tēnei wā, e kuhu mai ki tēnei i tēnei mahi, i tēnei wā. Yeah, so there's a question from 01 frequency about the walk-ins. Okay, she's trying to come in. I don't know. You got the link? 01 frequency. Let's just make sure they got that the link. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there.
I put it in there again.
The link is there, 01. Kath, are the Hunas in the Vatican undoing all the bonds and chains done in blood? I think, yeah, we began that work, Kath. It's been a couple of 2 or 3 years now. And then we also need to, the whole purpose of the House of Huna is to do the initial frequency work, resetting the stargates and clearing the lines, but also continuing maintenance work. So the Hunas that are becoming Dragon Masters are to synchronize and align to the codes and learn the modalities to do the work, to offer the maintenance program that we have available. 01 frequency.
Yes.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Hello there.
Yeah, I'm Jennifer from 01 Freak. Oh, no.
01 freak.
Yes. So I was just wondering, so I feel like both of my, nice to meet you. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You've got to watch the StreamYard and not the YouTube.
Okay.
So mute the YouTube and just work with the StreamYard link.
Okay. Okay.
You're freezing. Totally frozen. We've got a frozen freak. Hello. Okay.
Ficky.
We got to send Ficky out after you. Open up that channel. Maybe she muted the wrong channel. Okay. Perhaps she'll be back. Let's hope she comes back. Yes. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, it's a maintenance program. It's all about maintenance, sweet dear ones, as you know. Okay. There's maintenance for yourself. Everybody has their own practice, right? You have your self practices, and you have something that you do for yourself. It might be yoga. It might be the powata. It might be waikara. It might be logging in. You might be working with the House of Huna and the Lemurian technologies. And so that is maintenance. But certainly for the planet work, let me say, the service beyond self, there's another level of service. There's another level of the feelings. Trust me when I say this. There's another level of feelings. It's not just about the bliss. It's about expanding your capacity, right? So, you can do qigong. When we say powata, we do the powata, which is the Lemurian version of energy. Oh, there she is.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh, you're good. You're back. Sounds fluid now. Great.
Sorry.
No worries. We're here.
You're very patient. Thank you.
I got nothing but love, sister. I got nothing but love.
Thank you. So for example, when I was in Mount Shasta, I worked with I worked with a shaman who actually identified my mother as a walk-in, and I also felt the same. And so I was just wondering, like, where is my mom's soul? Because I don't really believe that she made an agreement with someone to leave her body. I think she was conned.
Yeah, I usually see. When did this take place? Do you know? When did this happen? When did you learn about this?
When my son was 1 year old, so 15 years ago.
Okay.
And I know it was just to separate our family so that I would have absolutely nobody to rely on or like have any family.
Look, did your mother pass away at the time, or was it just before her
No,
passing? She's
no.
still here.
Yeah, and she was diagnosed with cancer. So I came back from Mexico as soon as I found out. But of course, my almost 1 year old was could cause her death. You know what I mean? Just because he was a 1 year old.
So a being may have stepped in to support her physical health.
Yeah, and a Shaw woman in Mount Shasta, like basically told her to her face that she was a walk-in, and it made her feel uncomfortable. But I just always want to know what happened to my mom.
Well, she's still there. How's her physical state?
Yeah, I honestly haven't even seen her in years.
Oh.
So. I
Well,
think
then
she's all right though.
you're asking me all this, and you haven't seen her for years. You need to see her. Okay. Now, that's not being rude, and I'm not trying to be rude here or blame you
No,
for
it's
nothing.
okay.
Just hear what I have to say.
Okay.
At some stage, go and visit her, but you need today. It's very difficult because the atmosphere in the field is shifting. Everything is shifting so rapidly, so quickly, and sometimes not the full information is not totally getting through to you on the remote level, right? When shamans are talking to you and telling you things, there's still the atmospherics between you and that shaman, or you and your mother. If you haven't gone to show up, I mean, I get it. I get it. If you haven't seen her for like 6 months, but if it's been years, yeah, you need to close the gap on that. So close the gap, go and see her, and look right in there and see if she's there. She's probably there, just being there's the being is probably supporting her and putting in a lot of energy to support her, or the being may have left right now. And if she's doing okay, because if it's been 15 years and she's still here with cancer, maybe the cancer is gone,
Right.
then you need to confirm this and integrate it so you can bring yourself to peace. This is about you. It's not about her. It's about you.
What about me though? Do you think?
Well, what about you is you need to go and resolve and close the gap on it. Because what you're saying is that you cannot confirm nor deny. You cannot confirm nor unconfirm. You need to confirm. Please. I say this to everybody. You must confirm now. Don't just leave it up to the atmosphere and your telepathics. Most telepathics of many is weak, and the capacity is low, right? So if you are strong, and even if you are strong in your telepathics and your connections, you still need to go visit, right, while she's here, and confirm these things, because it's about how you're feeling, right? It's really about how you're feeling about it. You can't tell what she's feeling because you've got so much distance between you. Where are you located, by the way?
Miami Beach.
Miami Beach don't help either. That Miami doesn't help either. There's a lot of interference in the atmosphere there. So of course, that's just not far away from me. That's like an hour flight from me. And it's just on the other side of the magnetic resonance where there's interference. And so I would invite you to go. If there's something stopping you, then there is something that you need to resolve within yourself. If you have concerns, please go to your mother and say you love her, even if you're having struggles with that. All right. And then you can see right in there. Look right in their eyes and have a good old look. Look right up to go, right in there, like, what's up, mother? Just get right in her face. You need to know. Right?
Because basically, like, the entity could have come and gone.
It could have come and gone by now. A long time ago, I did a walk-in for somebody as an entity being. I walked in to support somebody, wow. and then after 2 days, I left. I didn't have to stay long. It was just to support that being transitioning, and that was, I did that. My soul remembers this, having done that. My light remembers it, having done that 10,000 years ago. I did that for a shaman who was wounded, a very important shaman that we knew connected to, that he was very important, that we helped to transition, right? And also because of what his wisdom and knowledge was carrying, we needed the information to share. So I came in and I stayed with him for the 2 days inside of him. Then I left as he transitioned. So I understand it. But there were some that overtake the body and stay in the body,
And what happens to their souls? That's what I'm curious about. Are they gone? Or suppressed?
They're suppressed. They're suppressed. Okay, this is the thing. sometimes those that have no experience about this dimension, they come in, they walk in, they have no idea the power that it takes to be here. And they think or feel that, okay, I'm going to come in and do this and support this and that. But over time, this dimension, this third physical dimension, it what do you call it? It infects them, it poisons them, they become something else. And if they don't leave and if they don't get out of there, they also bring that on to the soul that's there. Right. And we've said, the councils have said and spoken, this is probably 8 years ago now, that walk-ins are now to be not necessarily banned, but only to be an emergency where a walk-in should take place. Now, this is being totally protected and guarded by the Council of the Continuum and the Council of Order and Chaos, that this particular authorization for souls to walk in, you cannot just willy-nilly walk into somebody's soul, because we know the lesson of what that's created and what that's done, right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There are multiple of ways that happens with the walk-ins, but we know it's frowned upon right now.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, no, I jumped up and down about it about 5 years ago. No, you can't walk in anymore. I know this, but no, you can't do that. Nobody was listening. Well, I think some were listening, and I think people come from know. The experience is known now.
Well, you know what? Even real quick, even when Biden was running for presidency, one of his ads, he said, "This is a battle for your souls." And I couldn't believe he said that, but he had that same grin that Bush always had, like he's trying hard not to laugh.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna lose. That argument is going out with the dodo bird.
Thank goodness.
Wow.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm super grateful to have met you through Catherine Edwards.
Fantastic. She's a Huna Kawahori. Well, thank you for following along there, you freak, you.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, here's one for you. This is
what
we do.
One more thing really quick. Sorry. But could you please get your website fixed, because I really have been trying to find the Lemurian calendar, the image.
Yeah.
Please.
It's there. Let me look in the here. I fixed it.
You did?
Yeah, I fixed it.
All right.
www.houseofhuna.earth, and then just go to the shop.
Houseofhuna.earth. Yep.
www.houseofhuna.earth.
It's working.
That's working now. There was such a crazy thing, and I just uploaded. I just uploaded the first edition of the calendar, and the second edition, and then there's also the latest edition is on the big wall hanging, so you can get all you want.
It's beautiful. Right. Thank you for the work you're doing around the planet.
My pleasure. I'm having so much fun.
Good for you. That's awesome.
See you later.
Much love. Bye.
That's wah.
Thank you. I don't know how to get out of here. I think
Well, that's wonderful. We sweet dear ones. We have those that are visiting that have come through from the other channels and other interviews that I've been on. Huna Kawahori, and yeah, that's absolutely right, Richard. You're here, most definitely. Own it. Own your commitment now. You are here. Okay. If you only under extreme emergencies would a walk-in be supported, but understand that I can also walk into you as well, right from here, to support. Not that I shouldn't be telling you that, but only if you're asking for help. If there is the extreme help, and then of course you would say yes, I don't necessarily walk in on you. I stand beside you. That's basically what I'm saying. I will come and support. I will be in your dreams rather than in your consciousness, rather than in your form. I will be in your dreams. And that's where I have been a lot lately. That reports of that is coming in a lot, right? What was Benny saying? He's waiting for what? Trump arrest? Is it a trap? To go time? Yeah, Benny. Trump's arrest is a trap, and it's an opening. It's an opening where other initiatives are going to be able to be confirmed and take place, and those who arrest him will be actually are going to put themselves in jeopardy because they are going to arrest him. They are going to put themselves in jeopardy, and they will be arrested themselves. And those that have made those decisions, and the place and the charges that are brought against him, and all of the evidence connected to that will be in question. Meaning, it's going to go back down the line, right? So, yeah. Yes, Tella, I'm not sure who you're talking to.
She's talking to you. Said that she had a dream with you in it.
Stacy Lynn, you had a walk-in 218? Okay, who's Kathleen?
She's talking to you.
Hello.
Said that she had a dream with you in it.
Kathleen, turn and mute. Stacy Lynn, you had a walk-in 218? Okay, who's Kathleen?
She's talking to you.
Hello.
Said that she had a dream with you in it.
Kathleen.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Mute your YouTube.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, great. We got you.
Hi there.
Hello there.
Oh, it's not working.
I can hear you. Just mute your YouTube channel and use the StreamYard screen. Can you hear me? Okay. Perhaps you'll be back. Tell her, why don't you drop on and say hello and ask a question? Tell her, Kimia. Tell her, are you there? Well, I don't know, Catherine left, so. Yeah, there you go, Esther. That's a good song by Elvis. Okay, just click that StreamYard link. Tell her it's just above your comment.
Mute your YouTube before you do that.
Yeah, mute your YouTube, just your YouTube volume. And there you go. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh.
Tell her. Hello?
Hold on. Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, wait. So look at the StreamYard. Hold on.
Yeah, just
Oh my God.
Yeah, ignore YouTube and just use StreamYard when you come on.
Okay, hold
on. What was that you were saying? You were something about dream time.
You were in a dream with you came into a dream and it was the continuum code where you go around. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
And it was just for a second you came in and you said, I'm teaching you clearing. I did it. I have it hanging up on my wall. So I did it. I do codes every day. So I use your code from time to time. And I did it, like you said, the counterclockwise.
Yep.
Lay down. So I did that. Nice. And then you came into the dream like maybe 3 weeks after that.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yes.
I don't always remember where I've been. So I'm grateful for the confirmation.
Well, I feel like I've definitely been in Lemuria.
Well, obviously, codes are aligned with you if you're using them and working with them.
Yeah.
And this is good news. And thank you. I mean, I'm often in the dreams of many, so I don't always, my form. I just said, I said to myself, okay, how do we do this? I have to clone myself. What do I mean? Oh, I have to clone my infinite fractal so that my fractal can go and do the things. And so that's what's going on. My energy is just going into the field. People will tell me, where I've been. Sometimes I do remember, and there's some missions that are mission oriented. So I'm actually there sometimes, and cognizant of it. A lot of it is taking place. There's a lot of expansion and healing taking place, and a lot of work that's taking place. So thank you for sharing that. And
I also felt it was connected to your grid work with the Michael Mary line.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my family's from that line.
Of course.
My family, I have a Celtic from Breton, my grandfather, and my other my grandmother's from the British Isles, Cornish and Welsh, and then my other is Scottish and then German. So I feel like it was some sort of like repair. I definitely have dark, genetics, but it's somehow connected to that, the hybridization.
Yes, there's an overwrite that's happening, and a clearing, if you like, expansion. Where are you now? Where do you live now?
Oh, I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, you're in Brooklyn.
Yes. I'm working right now. This is my kitchen. I'm a chef.
Okay. Oh, nice. Fantastic.
Yes. I'm a holistic chef. I work with people with health issues, people with autoimmune, or I'm a nutritional chef.
Nutritionist.
So, yes. And a yoga practitioner. So my yoga path is actually what led me to doing this work. It was truly the path of yoga. So yeah, that's my modality in practice generally. I've been practicing Ashtanga for about 18 years. And I love Qigong. I do that when I do that at home. I do all kinds of modalities throughout the day.
Yes. And so you have a large recipe of menus. You have lots of ingredients. And that's good. That's like your tool belt, but this is like your ingredients, and you've got a menu, and you've got recipes, and
lots of recipes. I consider myself like a medicine woman.
Well, sure. Let's say you have your recipes of love.
Yes, I cook with love. That is what that is the feedback that I get from the food that I really like when I work with these codes, like your codes and my mentor, the codes he gave me. What happened was it really I started to realize that my food had these codes, and that people were really coming back for that. And I usually work with regular clients, it's very word of mouth, and I work at magnetizing it towards me.
You know what I'm going to do? Just because of that, now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have some kitchenware made.
I love that.
With the codes on the plates.
I need a code for my apron, like on it.
Oh, yeah. I have an apron too with my codes up. Yeah, an apron with. I'll make it. We'll produce it.
I'll totally get it.
We've just been upgrading the shop now because we got things sorted out better, and we're going to create things in house, so we have the inventory in house, and then that just seems to be the best way to go after all these years, trying different things.
Oh, can I ask one more question about the calendar since I've been looking at from you? I'm a Falcon.
Oh, you're Fatura, yes.
Yes.
Nice, Fatura. Falcon, Fatura.
And the Falcon comes to me. I live in Brooklyn, which is urban. However, we have them here. And just 2 weeks ago, one landed in my client's backyard, and I watched it kill a pigeon and eat it. And it was insane. I was like, "That's my Lemurian totem."
Yeah, we are here for each other. Doves, falcons, doves eat.
Your hummingbird.
Mine is the hummingbird. Yeah. Don't think I've seen the falcon eat a hummingbird yet.
It was vicious. It was vicious.
The Fatura is powerful. The continent of that being, that has a continent, and the continental energy of that being is east of the Nile River, including Egypt and all the way over to through Turkey, and then
That makes sense.
to the border of Kazakhstan, and then north to the borders of the Ukraine and Crimea, okay, and all the way over. So that also includes Jerusalem, which is the Falcon.
Does this connect at all? And this is a strange question, but all with genetics or blood types?
Yes, well.
And like the ley lines and where we're from, like those stargates?
The planet is made up of 12 continents. And I will say planet. There's not a flat Earth. This is a sphere. It's 2 tetrahedrons. It's just really big, okay? It's not small, it's big. So there is continents, and there are 12 of them, and the Falcon has its continent. It's continental size energy. Yeah, what you know about the totem of the Falcon is absolutely so, but also include the Fatura, including the condor energy within the Falcon, because there's also another part of that energy that belongs to the Falcon.
Mayan too, right? Mayan?
Yes, certainly the condor into the Mayan and the Aztec and the Peruvian and the Quechua, but also that energy, also the condors in the Middle East as well. But also that the continent holds 4 stargates. Each continent has 4 particular stargates. Okay, now there's education needed on this because they are not the old stargates. These are the new stargate and the new grid, and they are not in the same places that they used to be. And certainly the frequencies are much higher. Okay, so they're not your regular Sirius stargate or Orion portal. Those are for traveling through, transporting through. These set of stargates, you cannot transport goods and services through them. You cannot go to war through them. It's in another higher omniverse. Higher omniverse where there is no such thing as warring. It's in a whole nother set of dimensions where there is no war. Absolutely none. Okay, so that's what we're tied to. That's what Lemuria is connected to, and that's what we're sharing. And, I have the courses and things to help learn these things. But there's so much in there, symbolism-wise, connection-wise to the time before confusion, that you can bring to your food.
I love it. I love traditional foods and of all the areas globally. And that is what I work off of, is like, and I work with people like where they're from, ancestral diet. I really kind of just work with that, This is amazing.
Amazing. Well, that's great. Thank you for visiting and the little chat.
Thank you for inviting me on.
There's the link there for the website. Now I put it on the YouTube there, so it's we've had to repair the link, so it's good now. But if there's anything there that will help what you're doing,
I'll check it out.
Please do.
Thank you.
Okay, Wawa. Thank you so much.
Wawa, everyone. Yeah.
Oops. I bumped. Go say that. What
I love that. It's like energy. Yeah.
Going from here, we now go to here.
Yeah, it's like a spiral, right?
It's one is to receive and one is to give.
Yes, and the left is the receiving feminine.
Left is the giving, the birthing.
Oh.
Right. That's the mother. The side is the feminine. It is the birth. The birthing is, so that's the gifting, and the receiving is the masculine hand, to receive into the masculine energy, and then the energy shifts and is gifted through the feminine, through the womb. So this is straight up receive and give. It's Lemurian. Where I was reminded of that? I saw it on the movie Wakanda Forever. Watch that movie, because when the Mayans did it, because the mind's a Lemurian. It just, boom, I saw it. That's it. That's it. That's the hand gesture. Receive and then give. Always receive so you may give.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wawa.
Thank you, Wawa. Oh, that was precious. Thank you very much. Hey, you know what? Look at the time. We're moving along already. Wow, that feedback is okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to fix it on my end. I think I finally got it.
It's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay.
It's when I unmute my mic, it's picking up.
Yeah.
It's picking up something, but I think I have the sensitivity fixed so where it's not moving on its own.
A little bit sensitive with it.
Yeah.
Well, Kathleen couldn't make it on, and that's okay because I think we're at the top of our hour now. We're at 6:30 already. What is that? Yeah, that's 90 minutes, hour and a half. So anyway, no more questions. Yes, enjoyable. Yes, truly scrumptious to gift and receive, or to receive so you may gift. Absolutely, Esther. Everybody who had the questions and popped on to show your face, and that's courage and bravery right there. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the questions from Richard and from Benny and Randy and Tella, and also 01 Freak, and all of you for coming to visit today. Integration brings peace. Oh, and here's Roger. One last question. Okay, let's get Roger in for one last question. Roger. How
Hey
you doing,
there.
Roger?
All right. Am I
Yeah, you're 5 by
am I
5.
muted here?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. So I was just wondering how similar the history of New Zealand is to Hawaii.
All right.
Just because supposedly they were moved here and then the stones started showing off on this. A minute, hang on. Okay. And so there's supposed to be a lot of Manahunis here. And they're like even in my own yard. Just a minute. Hang on. 1 minute. Excuse me. Let me turn this off here. Like even in my own yard. Just a minute. Hang on. 1 minute. Excuse me. Let me turn this off here. Like even in my
Just mute your YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had to turn off the laptop there too.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, there's supposed to be like a lot of Manahunis here still living. They call them Manahunis, but they were Mu people originally, and they were supposed to be the people that fled the Samoans when they came, and the Tahitians who started killing them. So they went to hide in the mountains and the caves. And I know there's some on the property that I live in. I mean, I was wondering if they exist in New Zealand as well. If you have that history where supposedly this interference came in from either the Samoans or something, like they say that is what happened here. And then you had the people here, they were smaller people. I mean, the Samoans were big people, and they were war people, and the Mu here were smaller, relatively peaceful people, and they fled to avoid being slaughtered, basically. In the end, they could not defeat all these smaller people that were here. Supposedly these Mu people here, and they did have to integrate with them. And I mean, what you have here in Hawaii supposedly now is a combination of the Mu and the Polynesian or Samoan Tahitian. And Kamehameha I was to meet Tahitian, and supposedly he married the Mu Maui, which is Queen Keopuolani. So they integrated, and then like I know the children, the offspring are like combination of Mu and Polynesian, but I don't know if that's what happened in New Zealand. Do you still have like people that ran away and hid like we have here? Is there any similarities like that there that is here?
No. Now let me start at the basics, okay, Roger?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're saying Mu, do you realize Mu was over 50,000 years ago?
Okay. Yes.
Mu was 50,000 years ago. Plus,
okay.
It's only a civilization of the last ages of Atlantis, but certainly because it's in Hawaii, it's of Lemuria.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the Samoan name Samoa is not 50,000 years old.
No.
So,
yeah, this is supposed to be in the 1700s that they came here and started killing people over there.
So yeah, let me carry on. Okay. Let me carry on. I gotta answer everything you said, so don't add to it. Now, before all of that, we are not known as Polynesian.
Yes.
Okay. We are known as Maori. Okay. The Hawaiians version of it is Maohi or Maoli.
Yes.
It's still Maori. Okay.
Right. Understood.
Now that is the original, right? Okay, that's the original. It means the children of heaven, or the children of innocence, if you'd like.
Yes.
Okay. Now that Maori is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years, even into the millions of age that it is known. Now, because we speak our language, we speak the Lemurian language. We speak we are sub-tribes of Lemuria. Okay, that includes Hawaii, Tahiti, Samoa, Tonga, Rarotonga, Fiji, Kiribati, Tokelau, and many of the islands that are within what you know as the Polynesian Triangle. Okay. Now, that lineage goes back to 600 million years ago. First, Lemuria. Okay. 600 million years.
Yes.
All right. Now, just because in the last 300 or 400 years, there's been some hanky-panky going on, some nonsense going on, doesn't mean we have separated from Lemuria. Right. So there are these names, there are these, tribes within our tribes, sub-tribes within our main tribes. The main tribe is Maori. The sub-tribes are Samoa, Tahiti, Hawaii, Tonga, and Rarotonga. These are the main tribes, sub-tribes of the Polynesian people of Lemuria, of being Maori. Now, you spoke to Kamehameha. Well, Kamehameha family is the Samoan family that still live in Samoa today. Right? Yeah, they have connections in the Tahitian side, but they are Samoan, and that Kamehameha family, which is, if you follow the Hawaiian way, they follow the Hawaiian kingdom of the Kamehameha, then they follow the roots of Samoa. Right? If you are with that, but again, the Kamehameha family still survives in Samoa, both Western Samoa and American Samoa, on both sides of both islands. They haven't gone anywhere. We're still here. And so, with the knowing of this, and the knowing of Mu, the children of Mu, the children of Samoa, the children of Hawaii, the children of Polynesia are all Lemurian. We are the sub-tribe. Maoridom Maori is the sub-tribe of Lemuria. And no, the Maori, and to answer your other question, the Maoris did not run away from anything or anyone, at least of all the British. we were too large in the numbers. New Zealand, our population, is the largest population of Lemuria to this date. And Hawaii and Samoa is, what's the Samoan numbers? A couple 100,000 at the most. Tonga, under 200,000. Hawaii, maybe 100,000. Tahiti, maybe 100,000. New Zealand, the Maori, 800,000. We are the largest population of our Lemurian family. Okay, and we are made up of Samoa, Tonga, Tahiti, Hawaii, and Fiji. We are made up of that because we are Lemurian. We are all one, and so we speak as Maori in the modern world today, in the modern times. In the modern times, I'm saying in the last 20,000 years of Maoridom, that's the modern times. Not 2,000 years, 20,000 years is the modern age for our people. And we are still that. There are so many that want to break us apart because of the sub-tribes. We don't operate we operate on a certain level at the sub-tribe level in terms of managing our tribes and managing our resources and our different islands. But we all take care of one another. Now, to answer the other question of the Minihuna, of the Minihune, yes, we have the Hune or the Pataparai here, the Minihune or the Kiha. Okay, the Kihua. Sorry, the Kihua is another name for Minihuna. Is Kihua. So Kihua meaning the spirits and the ancestors, or they are ancestral to us. From the times of Mu, because they are us. They are part of Lemuria, of our civilization of Lemuria, and they are the Minihuna are also part of our lineage, being Maori, being Samoan, being Tonga, but one of our expression and our essence as Lemurian, and they are part of our Lemurian family, and you have to understand that the Hawaiian language changed a couple of times over the last 100, 110, 120 years. It changed a couple of times. It went from speaking into the more Maori and Tahitian dialect into what you're hearing today. But however, we often say there's no such thing as the Hawaiian language per se. That is a dialect subtribe of the Maori language. Okay, it's a dialect of the Maori language. So when it comes back to the time before the language changed, you are speaking Maori. You know what I mean? So when you say Minihuna, we have other words, we have the other expressions, and I as an elder of Hawaii through the canoe, through my canoe, and the ancestorship of my canoe. I can go to Hawaii and I can have meetings, and they regard me as a kahuna there to have meetings and to share this knowledge. I have been returning to Hawaii to share the resetting of knowledge and of our people over the last 10 to 12 years, and I'm due to come back for another visit very soon. And the kahunas that are in Big Island and in Maui and in Kauai, we will be organizing another gathering soon, and I will be there with them again very soon to share the story and the knowledge of Lemuria, just the knowledge and the wisdom of the Maoridom. When you say Kanakas, yeah, you know that sound Kanaka?
Yes.
Okay, Tangata. Tangata is the original sound of Kanaka.
Right.
Tangata means the people, the original people. Kanaka means the original people. The original sound is Tangata, but they say Kanaka. But that's fine. We bring it all back, right? Because again, Hawaii is a sub-tribe of Maoridom, of the Maori, meaning of Lemuria. Okay? Now, there is, of course, there are a lot of modalities and medicines that we all have varieties with our islands, because our islands have a variety of wonderful medicines, wonderful culture. Our culture is vibrant. Every part of the Maori culture, Samoan, Tongan, Rarotongan, Tahiti, and Hawaii is the vibrant aspects of Lemuria, as Lemurians. If you want to, you can say Mu as well, because that's also true.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
So you're absolutely correct. But let's just get this time frame into alignment.
Yes. Yeah. It's just these so-called Manahonis, they're so secretive. I mean, like you don't see them. They're like hidden. Yeah. They're hidden in the jungle, in the underground, and once in a while there's contact with them, and they let you know they're there though for sure. But otherwise, they don't connect with this outside world here too much.
If you are not a shaman, if you're not kahuna,
yes.
They don't really pretty much come and talk to you, but they will talk to the kahunas, certain kahunas. Yes. They will talk to the shamans, certain vibration. Yes. You must have certain vibration.
Yes, understood. Yeah.
Okay, so now remember, Lemuria went through 4 stages over 600 million years. Mu has been a civilization within Lemuria a couple of times. And in the later part of Lemuria coming into Atlantis, Tartaria was also a part was actually mostly of Atlantean. But Lemuria was before Atlantis. So let's just get this in the right perspective here, because the time frames are all the way into the modern ages right now. From after, we are now in Lemuria 5. This is the age of Lemuria 5. And if you want to be draconian, and if you want to be stuck with the Gregorian and the Archons and the Draconians, then you're going to go off and be with Atlantis. But we are not with Atlantean time. We are moving out of those Atlantean energies back into before confusion, which is Lemuria.
Yes.
Now we are in Lemuria 5 right now, not the age of Aquarius. There's too much distortion in Aquarius and the age of Aquarius because of what happened. And carrying the codes in the horoscopes, or the scope of horrors, with all these codes. If you think it's nothing and doesn't matter, go off and do whatever you do. But there are many of us that are already awakening into Lemuria and know there's a difference. It's not a better and better than. It's before confusion. Okay, there's stuff to know, stuff to wisdom, and knowledge begets sacredness. And in the sacredness, knowledge and wisdom is required to take those next steps in your vibration, or return to the vibration, to know the difference between what really didn't need to take place, and coming back to the moment before the confusion, before all of that took place, when there was the golden age. And so the many Hunas, even now, from 50,000 years to now, that's including Ireland, that's including all of the world who has the many Hunas, or the Fae, or the elementals. You got many names. They're the same beings. They are Lemurian.
Interesting.
Okay, that's a little bit. Now I have a lot more of this information if you care to take.
I know you do.
On my website, if you care to go into the webinars and these things, it's up to you.
Sure.
But however, that's why I put them there, so I don't have to sit here and talk my head off all day long.
I see. Okay, have to do that.
But I will be coming to Hawaii for another meeting, so count on that.
Okay, can't wait.
Yeah, the Kamaka Vivioli, the family, the Kamaka Vivioli family. Do you know who they are? Kamaka Vivioli?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they've asked me to come for another meeting. The uncle Reynolds Kamaka Vivioli, who's a shaman, Kahuna, is my brother, and he's been, we've been talking since when we got to come back and have another meeting. So this is the uncle of Israel, Kamaka Vivioli. So
yes.
So that is, yeah, we're very close.
Okay.
Hey, Roger.
Mahalo.
Mahalo, mahalo, wawa nui,
Yeah.
mahalo, aloha.
Yeah. Mahalo nui and aloha.
Mahalo mapono, we talk again.
Yes.
Okay, that was wonderful. Little blast of energy there, little blast of home. And I think that's it. It's enough for me, ladies and gentlemen, sweet, sweet, dearly beloveds. I'm hungry. Peke, ain't make me hungry. I tell you, we're still not over integrating yet, so I've got to eat. So I straighten up. Yes, au revoir. Watu. Au revoir. Auf vita wawa.
Hasta la wawa.
Hasta la wawa, baby. Sweet, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, thank you for this opportunity to share with you on Huna Flash TV. We'll announce our next guest coming up for the next weekend. It's typically been one on, one off. And so I'll get another one in with guests pretty soon. Not sure who that's going to be, but it will be fun. All right. Sending much love and much wawas to you all over there in Iceland and over there in the Americas and Spain and to the UK and Europe and whoever's hanging out here in Mexico too. I look forward to seeing you back here on Huna Flash TV. Hope you had a good time. Did you have a good time, Tamaki?
Always.
Always, isn't it? Always. We're always having a good time. All right, sweet, sweet dear ones. yeah, Fiji. Hey, yeah, we always need our cocoa name, our cocoa, you know. And gotta have the hukila. Have the hukila. All right, we'll see you guys. Wawa.